Hey, Chihuahua Mom and Just Legs, thank you for coming. Getting used to using this. I got my Ed McMahon with me again today. My son to my share. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing tonight? I'm going to give it a few minutes and let some more people come in. Hey, Gator Bait. I think they're doing Turtle Island again tonight. Doing good, yay. So do you have a Chihuahua? I just had a Shih Tzu, and she was getting on up there in age where she wasn't able to go outside and do her business. So I had to take her and get her laid down back during, I want to say it was March, April. And that was tough. She was a sweet little dog. She stayed right by my side all the time. And I mean like all the time. Didn't she?
Yeah.
I just messaged Dolly to make sure he's doing it tonight. Have you heard back from him? I have a Chi. Yes, I have two, a male and a female. I love dogs. I love dogs. They're so loyal. Do you breed them? Chihuahua Mom, do you breed the dogs? Oh, you just messaged him? Okay. Well, that should be exciting. What a great idea he had with that. So, laugh out loud. Just got back from the vet with Jake. Oh, I'm too lazy to type out. I don't think I can spell it. So we were talking a little bit about the doxing that's been going on over in Mama T's live a little while ago. And what do you guys think about that? Do y'all kind of think that it's offend, defend? Like it's about time we're standing up for ourselves, and you know, if you're going to keep on and keep on, what other recourse do we have? What do y'all think? Or do you think that we should go ahead and nip it in the butt like Dolly did and just go straight downtown the minute you start getting stalked? I mean, he really nipped it in the butt right from the beginning. And I don't think he's had many problems with that person anymore that I know of. So I wonder, you know, maybe waiting around too long and not doing something legally, or do you dox back? I mean, what do you guys think? Doxing is criminal. They need to stop all of them. So when someone doxes you, what do you do in defense? What suggestions do you have? Because I'm sure it's going to happen to us too. So what's everybody sort of thinking works? It's not tit for tat. It needs to be reported. Hey, Sweet Pea, thank you for coming. So, Gator, tell me when that happens to you, what are you doing? Maybe you know some resources we don't know about. And if there aren't any, maybe we need to be the trailblazers and put some sort of protocol in place, you know? Report it. Now, is reporting it local, or do you go to the person that's doing it to you? Do you go to theirs? Do you go to yours? Where do you go? I've reported a lot of this to YouTube repeatedly over and over again. They don't even take down the videos unless it contains violence. I understand. I just gave up reporting people. It doesn't seem to do any good. First off, people need to know the real depth of doxing. Well, tell us what that is, because we probably don't know. A lot about me, I've went ahead and come out and been honest about, because I mean, I've been in the media with my daughter's murder case and other positions that I held in my career. So I just figured I might as well come out and, this is who I am, and, why hide? Because it's going to happen anyway in 2022, it seems like. I mean, we are all sleuthers. So what good are we if we can't sleuth each other? I just don't think we should be sleuthing each other at all. I've also written countless emails telling them the details, names of channels, and everything else that has been going on, and nothing is done. See, this is where I think that we need a front man like Ernie, who can navigate the media and has personally been attacked and can give a firsthand account of what's happened to him. He really needs to sit down somehow and utilize the media. A lot gets done when, YouTube has egg on their face because something fatal has happened, especially during a time when we're all voting. This is something that could be written into a bill and be sent to Congress while we're going through these next election months. Just a thought I'm throwing out there. I have no idea what to put in the bill, but I'm sure Ernie would. YouTube doesn't care because drama brings them money. They only care if you can put against, huh?
If it can be put
against YouTube. Well, it doesn't make YouTube look good when they're starting to have, people getting physically hurt. If you are truly doxxed, go to law enforcement. Gator, is that your local law enforcement, or do you call where the person resides that's doing it to you? Or do you do both? And what kind of lawyer would you hire for something like that? Defamation or slander. I would do both. Your local law enforcement, and they will advise you from there. Okay. So they don't look at you like you're crazy. They know that this is happening, and there's troll farms happening, and YouTube is aware that one has already taken their life. Wow. Another that was 8 months pregnant tried. They are aware of police being called constantly and arrests being made falsely. Trigger warning. Wow. So there's already been a fatality. Wow. Did anyone ever find out if the suicide with Jose was tied to his bullying that he was experiencing online? I went to court for an injunction with a creator from the 90-day community, and I was doxxed. What? Bullied, verge of offing myself because of it. I'm so sorry. You mean 90-day fiance? I know that community. Wow, I am so sorry. Hey, D. Martinson. It was an OD. Was it on purpose or just It was the 90-day fiance. I'm so sorry. Um, I did recently just see. Oh gosh, I wish I could remember his name. The one guy that was on the run with his son, allegedly. I believe that he and his wife's name, Corinne, accidental OD. I heard that about Jose. Okay. Wow. It's so sad. Um, wow. So you went to court for an injunction with a creator from the 90-day fiance community. You were doxxed, but I can't believe that is amazing. I'm so sorry. Paul and Corinne, yes, that couple. Yeah, I'd seen that. I think they were looking for him and the baby. Um, hey, Southern girl, thank you for coming. Um, I remember from the very beginning when he was on, he was a little unhinged the whole time that he was abroad in Brazil. He didn't seem to be adapting real well. So I was concerned then, gosh, how is that even going to work? Um, boy. Last I heard, one of his relatives claimed that it was due to the bullying off YouTube that he took his own life. It was due to the bullying. And are they going to sue YouTube, or are they going to take any kind of civil action that you know of? Have you heard anything about that? Creator Auntie's advice reported him, and he turned the baby over. Oh, wow. He did have the baby? Oh, that's scary. I'm glad it's safe now, though. Gosh. Could you imagine not knowing where your baby is like that? It looks like we voted off Rabbit tonight. It's looking that way, left myself. Tigers and rabbits fighting. Ducks caused tiger carrying rabbit off island tonight. Both will go home. Sucks, not ducks. Okay. Okay, tigers and rabbits fighting. Sucks because tiger carrying rabbit off island tonight. Both will go home. Well, I hope Ernie doesn't go home. I'm going to get Neva from school, but I'll be listening. Okay. Gator, if you ever want to come up and tell your story about what happened on the 90 day, I would love to have you up sometime when you're not busy, because that's a show that I followed for a long time. Hey, it's me, trying to do both channels and support you both. Love you. I'm only going to be on for a few more minutes. I just wanted to do another live so I can get, continue on with what we were talking about earlier, and get another live under my belt here. Thank you all for coming, by the way. Does anybody want to get up on panel with me? Ask the magic 8-bar. Will Ernie leave the island? It says, looks like yes. No. 8-ball sucks. No, just kidding. We'll see. Yabby and Gator Bait doing a live at 4 for mental health. Okay, I'll be over there for that. So glad you can see me, Sweet Pea. Yes, I don't know what was up with that yesterday. You can drop the link and I'll come up. If y'all can hear me, I'll go ahead and tell you while I go get Neva from school. Will you drop that link for me, honey? Or I do it? What do I do? Invite?
I got it.
Okay. You haven't heard whether the family intends to take legal action against YouTube. Well, I want to know, can they? And if you can't, that's definitely something that needs to be changed. I think that these social media, they've got way much more outreach than they should. So there's the link if you want to come up, Gatorbait. I'm interested in hearing the story. I used to really follow 90 Day.
She's there.
I see her, but she's not up on screen. What do I do? Okay, there she is.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I met two creators from the 90 Day community in real life.
Okay.
When Hurricane, I was really good friends with Amber from the Amber channel, and when Hurricane Ida came through my parish last year in Louisiana, it like demolished my parish, and we were without electricity and water and cable and all everything for like a month. And so she invited us to her house in Houston, and so we went there. Me and my mom and Nevaeh, and we stayed there for like 2 weeks or whatever. Everything was cool. We were like really close friends. And there's another creator in the 90 Day community. Well, not really 90 Day community, but she's around there. Her name is Siwa Moon, and I became friends with her, and Amber got mad at her and wanted me to follow her to her channel, which she made that was new, and I didn't. And, you know, whenever you don't follow your creator that you support, shit happens, drama happens, and they talk about you and this and that or whatever.
Wow.
So Amber was defaming me really bad, and my 14-year-old adopted sister, who I'm going to get right now, calling her a child predator because she thinks she's bi because her mom and her sister's bi, and she's now dating a trans, and so she calls her a child predator, and she said everything she said about me was a lie. She contacted my ex, who beat the shit out of me for 8 years, and he lied to her about me, and she put it out as facts, and it was like this big old mess. And like she wouldn't stop. She put out like so many videos about me that were straight lies,
My
and
God.
thousands of people watched this, and so like I had to make her stop because I do suffer from a lot of mental health issues stemming from my childhood and stuff that I've been through, and it was making it worse. And
Right.
I took a knife to my wrist. I started
Oh, I'm
cutting
so
myself,
sorry.
um, like all kind of stuff. And then I supported Siwa, and I went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, with Siwa Moon. Her name is Kelly, and like I hardcore supported her. And after 9 months, I didn't agree with something she was doing. She wanted me to do something that I didn't agree with, and therefore she turned on me too. And she teamed up with Amber, and they went after me, and like that really really hurt me because me and Kelly were best friends, and they have other creators in the 90 Day community who of course supported me and let me go up on their panel and show my receipts and, you know, proof that they were lying. And, you know, I'm not that person and whatever. And it just got to be too much. And when I really, after I started cutting myself and I really, really had bad thoughts about offing myself, I decided that I had to leave. And then I got into the Summer Wells, you know, case and everything, and try to get more information on her, and then that's when I found the true crime community, and I was really, you know, welcomed by everyone there. And
Yeah.
I was just on the phone with Southern Girl, and I was telling her that I try to support everyone. I try to stay neutral. I try not to bash people because
Right.
that's not who I am. Because I try to live like you do. You do. You know, you treat others like you want to be treated, and that's how I try to live my life. And
Mhm.
so I try not to go and bash people. You know, I might go into a community and ask questions about things that are being said because I don't know. You know,
Mhm.
I'm fairly new to the people here, and like, if I hear something that I don't agree with, I'll speak on it. I'll like say, you know, comment on it or whatever, but I'm not gonna sit there and totally bash somebody because I
Right.
know. I know how it feels. I know what I
Right.
went through and everything. And it was just like, it was horrible. Like, I thought the 90 Day community was the worst community on YouTube, and then I come to this community, and I'm like, holy crap, this happens in every community. Every community on YouTube has this kind of drama. Doxing, going to real life, going to the police department, calling CPS. That's all ridiculous, but they all do it. It seems like it happens in every community, and it's sad. But the thing is Amber does this to everyone. If you are familiar with the 90 Day community, then you know John Yates. John Yates was a 90 Day blogger. He's been doing it for like 10 years. He's friends with all the cast. Like, she did hundreds of videos on him. And it's also against YouTube terms of service for a creator to constantly do streams of other creators and bashing them and doing all of that. But everyone is scared of Amber. Amber has money. Her husband
Is
works
she
for an
heavy
oil
set
field.
with glasses?
Huh? Yes.
Is she sort of
She
heavy
was
set
on.
with glasses?
Yes, she was actually. I saw her on Molly Golightly's panel the other day, talking about Dre McCrae and that stuff that's going on with that. And I was like, I saw her on Molly Golightly's panel, and I was like, "You've got to be shitting me!" And I was like, "This bitch done followed me to the true crime community," and I'm like, "No." And so, like, it's to the point where when I hear her voice, I get triggered.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and so I just saw her up on the panel. I didn't even click on the live. Like, I just saw it on my thing, and I saw her and Justice for All up on all. I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. So I took her to court and got an injunction against harassment on her, and she tried to fight it. I still have an injunction against her, and she's violated
Can you kind of tell me what that means? What does that mean?
an injunction against harassment.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a restraining order, a protective order, but in Arizona, protective orders are only for like ex-boyfriends, family members. An injunction is for like neighbors, friends, ex-friends, stuff like that here in Arizona.
Okay.
So, she fought it, and we had to go to court, and I wasn't like, she went on her live stream and was like, my name was Christy Marie. Well, my name is Christy Marie. She was like, Christy, if you know what's good for you, you better drop this or get an attorney and all this and that. And I'm like, sorry, not happening, because you do this to everybody. But for some reason, everybody's afraid of her because she has money. Like, her husband makes like $3,000, $4,000 a week.
Wow.
So she has money to fight. Like, she just had to pay. I don't know if y'all know Sherelle's World, but she's a big creator in the 90 Day community. She just had to pay Sherelle's World a $50,000 settlement because Sherelle sued her.
Oh, wow.
So people are scared of her. And when I didn't stop with the injunction, Southern girl, there's that girl with the pink hair. Sorry, I'm at the school. Everybody was like, Christy, I am so proud of you. Like, keep doing this. You're setting a precedence for the 90 Day community. You know, people are afraid of her. If you go through this, it'll show people that, you know, not to be afraid of her, that they can do this and all this and that. And so I didn't. Like, dude, they ruined my life. And for what? Mm-hmm. Because I'm my own person, and because I don't have a leader, I don't follow a leader. I am a leader. I'm not a follower.
Right.
And because I didn't agree with them, or, you know, whatever, like, why? I didn't do anything to these people. And when Amber was bashing me and lying about me and talking about my DB and then talking about my sister, like, I never did. I could have bashed the crap out of this girl, but I didn't. I didn't retaliate. I just sat there. and I just stayed quiet until she didn't stop. And it happened for months and months and months. And she moved from Houston to Colorado. She tried telling everyone she moved to Wyoming so nobody could find her. Well, it turns out that, people find people,
Uh-huh.
and they found out she was in Colorado. I got her address, and I served her ass. And she did not know anything about it until then people knocked on her door with the paperwork. And like she got so mad and everything, but I don't care. Like, this is my life. I go through enough in real life. I'm not about to go through crap in no YouTube community. You
Right.
know what I mean? And so that's why, like, I try to stay quiet as much as I can in this community because I know what I went through in the 9A community, and the only panels that I really go up on is Southern Girls because me and her have gotten close, and I love her with everything
Yeah,
in
she's
me.
sweet, isn't
And yeah, and I go up on her panel, and I know that I won't get, bashed or talked about or whatever being up on her panel. And I just learned my lesson with the 90-day community. Like, I I just, yeah, it was really, really bad. But I'm glad that White Rabbit is starting to do 90 Day because that's like my all-time favorite reality show besides Survivor, and I know a lot about it. As you can see, I can tell you all about Paul and Corinne and what happened with that.
Okay,
But
tell us. Are they getting a
they
divorce?
separated. They separated, and Nevaeh's coming up in here. She's gonna make noise. Um, they separated, and Ethan, the baby. Hold on, I'm on panel on somebody's YouTube channel. Don't talk too much. Did you have a good day? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Yeah. So they separated, and the baby who was Ethan, Pierre is the oldest one. Ethan was put in foster care, and Paul took off with the oldest one, Pierre, and he was Pierre was on the missing and exploited list in Kentucky, and they're looking for him. And they had, how they have like the missing child on one side, and then the person they're probably with or whatever
Right.
on the other side. Well, they had Pierre on one side, and the other side of the paper was Paul. And
Could
they were like, "Did you have any
you
information?"
imagine being Corinne? Could you
Huh?
imagine? Could you imagine being Corinne and not knowing where your baby is? And
Well, at first, people thought that Pierre and Corinne were missing, but that wasn't the case. Like, she's pouring around, I guess, and staying with guys and doesn't care about her children, obviously. Well, Auntie's advice, I don't know if y'all know about her. She found out about it, and she messaged Paul to call her. And Paul called her and lied, like straight out lied about everything. And he didn't have Pierre. They were both in foster care. And if the parents couldn't have the kids, then his mom and dad should have the kids and all this and that. Well, when she was on the phone with him, cartoons were playing in the background. And another creator, I don't remember her name, was also on the phone with Paul at one point in time, and she heard a kid in the background. So Auntie's advice: call the missing and exploited children, the number you call if you have information or whatever, and let
Right.
them know about it. And
Right.
it became this big thing. And he never went back to Kentucky. He was supposed to go to court in Kentucky. I think it's Louisville. Yeah. He was supposed to go to court and turn the child over, and he didn't. He was in another state. His mama drove hours to meet him when all this stuff blew up, and Auntie's advice went to the police and law enforcement and all that, and let them know where the child was and what was going on. His mom met him in the other state and got the kid and turned the kid in. So now, I can't really. So now both kids are in state custody, and I doubt
Oh
they ever
my
get them back. Now,
gosh.
Paul is still running. I'm not sure if if he's gonna face criminal charges because of what he did. But yeah, he's still running from law enforcement. So
In
I don't know what.
Kentucky? Is he on the run in Kentucky?
No, he's not. He's not going back to Kentucky anytime soon because he knows he did wrong, and I'm sure he will face criminal charges
Yeah.
because he took off with his kid when he was supposed to turn the kid over to child protection services and everything, and he didn't. So I'm not sure about that. But yes, that was the thing, and like I don't know. I don't know. Supposedly there was DV involved and all kind of
I
stuff,
can
and
see that happen. I
the
believe that.
kids were the kids weren't being taken care of, and he's just crazy, crazy.
He is. Didn't he like set something on fire or something with his ex?
Yeah,
It was
he
something real
said that
bizarre.
he on the show he told Karini that he set his own house on fire
Right.
and he got arson charges and went to prison. And he had a restraining order on his ex, and his ex had a restraining order on him. It was some mutual stuff or whatever. But yeah, supposedly it was his own house, but I think it was his ex's, or she had something to do with it, and he set it on fire. I don't know. I just know that dude is creepy, and
Yeah.
90 Day Fiance needs to screen their cast members more because
No,
you
I was
remember
just going to
Jeffrey?
ask you that. I was just going to ask you that. Do you think that they should have some sort of vetting? You know, like
No,
game
because
shows do?
they egg that drama on. They want
Oh,
that drama for more, just like YouTube. They want the drama for more views because if it's just plain, like nobody's gonna want to watch it. People watch it for the drama.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
If it's stressful, I don't want to watch it.
Do you remember Jeffrey? He went to Aria, I think is her name. He's from Tennessee. I don't know if you remember him. His name is it's not like Jeffrey spelled with a J. It's Jeffrey spelled
With
with
a
a G.
G.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember him,
And-
but he's in prison.
Didn't he like DV somebody?
More than one person. He's in prison right now. He got a
Yeah.
lot of years.
I saw that
So
recently. And he
yeah,
looks like
like
such a little guy. Doesn't he look little?
well, you know what? Let me tell you something. My ex is a little guy. He's shorter than me, and he's skinny as shit because he does meth. But let me tell you, he's strong, and he beat me for multiple years. And when I tell you he beat me, it wasn't a slap in the face or a punch in the face. It was a downright beating.
I'm
And
sorry about that.
um,
True.
thank you, but like it's my own fault because I stayed for so long, and and I have to deal with it. But he's a little guy, and people are like, he's such a little guy. Like I would have done this and I would have done that, but you gotta realize I have COPD, I have
Mhm.
fibromyalgia. I'm not strong enough. I'm not strong enough to fight back. He covers my mouth and he covers my nose so I can't scream and I can't breathe. And then he beats me and he beats me in my head so that I really don't have. He beat me one time. I was unconscious for 2 days.
I'm
I
sorry.
never called the police on him. I never told anybody about it because I was in love with him. And
Oh, the person
I,
my school lives
the,
right there.
oh
by
yeah,
Rose.
the last time I was
I
with
told
him,
you.
I left him the end of February of this year, and to this day, he's still trying to get in contact with me. As a matter of fact, he sent me a Cash App request yesterday for $555 because he's a 666 Satan person, like whatever, and like I was 555, and he sent me a request for $555, and it said for love you, and I was like, just leave me alone. Like, why
Ugh.
can't you just leave me alone? Like,
Is he a
you've done
narcissist?
enough.
Is he narcissist? You there, Gator? I still see her, but I don't hear her. I think the only possible solution to YouTube is to revise the Fair Acts and to make it to where they cannot steal content for malicious intent. I agree with that. I'm wondering how can we get some sort of a meeting with YouTube though, an interview with YouTube, a um, I don't know, some sort of segment on the media magazine would be good. Gator Bait, do you need another link? She was picking up her child from school, so. Does anyone else want to come up and talk to me? I'm still backstage. How do I pull her back up, Ken?
Stop pushing button.
Okay. There she is.
Hey, I got home and I don't know, something happened with my Wi-Fi. I forgot what I was talking about.
Oh, we were talking about the little guy syndrome that some of these guys have. It sounds like yours did too. Was he a narcissist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Everything was my fault. Everything was my fault. He did nothing wrong. He knew everything. Like, it was just, I don't know.
I don't know anybody like that. Looking
I
at my
now have PTSD from him, and everything triggers me. Like, music trigger certain songs trigger me. Um,
hmm
I can be watching TV and something on TV will trigger me. Like, I'm really surprised I can talk about it right now without crying because when I talk to my doctors about it, I cry. Like, I'm always like everything triggers me, but my psychiatrist put me on new medication, so maybe it's helping. I don't know. But yesterday when I got that Cash App request from him, like I wasn't home when I got in, and when I got home, I just sat in
uh-huh.
my bed and cried and cried and cried because I'm still in love with someone. How can you forget 8 years worth of stuff in 4 months? It
So,
doesn't happen
so did
when
you
you're
call him?
really.
Did you text him? Did you say anything back?
No, I just denied the request because if I if I respond, then he's going to continue. And I
Right.
just like the YouTube drama, when you respond, it's going to keep, continuing. And so I just declined the request and went on with my stuff. And then like my mom and him's like, "What are you crying for? Look what he did to you. You better not go back to him and all this and that." And I'm like, dude, like I can't just throw away 8 years worth of love because
hmm
I really was in love with him in 4 months. Like, it's going
hmm
to take longer than that, no matter what he did to me. You
hmm
know, it's horrible.
Does he live close?
I don't know where he is because he won't let me know where he is. He has warrants here in Arizona, he has warrants in Louisiana. He's wanted because he broke parole in Louisiana, and he has warrants in Texas.
Oh.
So he's like running from the law and everything. And yeah, he's not going to let me know where he is because he's afraid that I'm going to report him and get him picked up, which I really will because the last time he beat me, I got my income tax and I was going to buy him it was used, but a motorcycle for like $2,000 for him to have, to go to work or do whatever. And we were getting in the car to go get that, and he flipped for some reason. Before we got out the driveway, he just grabbed my hair and pulled me into his lap and started beating me in my head. And I was like honking a horn because I was in the driver's seat, he was in the passenger seat. And I finally got away from him and I ran in the house, and I was like, MFer, I'm calling the effing police this time because I'd never called the police on him. And
hmm
so he ran, and like that was the last time I saw him, and he still tries to contact me to this day, and it hurts when he tries to contact me because I want I want to be with him. I just can't be with him. When he's on meth, I get beat, and when he's not on meth, I it's like a fairy tale relationship. It's really hard to explain, but he can't stay sober. So,
Hmm. I'm sorry that happened to you and you're going through that. Do y'all have children together?
no, I can't have children.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah, and I started doing meth with him. I never did a drug in my life till I was 40. I'm about to be 44 in December, and I have been sober. I quit smoking cigarettes a month ago on August 6th. I vape this little
well,
5%.
congratulations. That is not an easy task. That's hard.
It is hard. It's really hard. And like a lot of times during the day, it's hard when I wake up in the morning, and it's hard after I eat, of course.
After you eat, oh yeah, definitely.
But
Or like
like,
if I'm out drinking, I'll want one. I'll miss smoking. I'll smell it and miss it.
yeah, people smoke in front of me, and I'm like, y'all are sickening. Like, y'all know how hard it is for me, and y'all gonna go ahead and smoke a cigarette in front of me. And like, last night, my cousin was like, I'm gonna hide a cigarette in your house just in case you ever absolutely need one. I'm like, you better not. Like, I know if I go back and smoke one cigarette, then I'm gonna go back to smoking. And I just had COVID in June. I had COVID pneumonia.
Oh
And
gosh.
yeah, and my oxygen level dropped seriously. And like, I knew that I had to quit smoking or I wasn't
Right.
going to be on this earth anymore. And so I finally made up my mind that this is what I had to do. And I got on the patch and I started taking Wellbutrin. But the Wellbutrin like activated my PTSD, and
Mhm.
I would constantly be calling or messaging Southern Girl because I'm like, I would take a Klonopin, I would cry all day. I would take Klonopin and cry myself to sleep, and that's all I did
No.
all day for like a week. And I called my doctor and I was like, "Can I see you before my appointment because I can't do this. I can't live like this." Like I almost went impatient. Like that's how bad it was. But
Clonopin makes me very emotional. I
it
think
does.
Clonopin, yeah, I think Clonopin tends to make a lot of people just emotional. It kind of makes you feel raw. I felt that way. But they prescribe that to help wipe out memory,
It doesn't.
It helped me when my daughter was murdered. They put me on that for the trial. And I said, I'm having a lot of bad side effects with this. And she said, trust me, just take it through the trial. She said, because you're going to hear and see things you're not going to want to remember. And there are things I don't remember anything about that trial except for two things. And that was when a woman got up on stand and she said my daughter's last words right after she was shot. And then I remember Senator Jeff Jackson prosecuted the case, and he shook a mason jar with her bullet in it. Those are the only two things I remember. Trigger warning. And so I only took it, during that time. But boy, I was out of it while I was on them. And I guess I'm glad it served its purpose. Yeah, because I still have flashbacks, and I can't imagine if I did remember what that would be like. So anyway,
Wow, I cannot imagine what you have had to go through and what you're probably still going through. That's horrible. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I feel foolish sitting up here talking
no,
about
not at
my
all, not at
DV
all.
and
Everyone's trauma is just as traumatic for themselves. I mean, how can you judge that? How can you measure trauma? So I'm so glad that you told me your story, and feel comfortable coming here anytime, whether you're in chat or panel. You're not alone. Okay. I know that that's difficult, leaving someone you're really, really madly in love with, and your emotions are raw, and that's tough. You're strong to come up and talk. I'm proud of you. You're helping a lot of people with your story and your testimony. So I thank you, and I'm praying for you.
I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. You're not alone, honey. My daughter's she was in a DV situation, and the night her killing took place, it was one of those situations where he was going on a run to get Percocets, and he was the middleman. And she said, "Can I go? I've been stuck in the house all day. Can I just ride along?" And she's the only one that died. And what happened when they were in a conflict, without getting into all the details, because I want to save that for another day, she was running, and he got her right in the back. And so, there was no, it was just like that. So, and you think, oh, I'll just, ride with them and ride along. It's just as dangerous as being the dealer, So just putting that out there, that, being at the wrong place at the wrong time, I guess, I don't know, or trusting someone that puts you in dangerous scenarios because they're not thinking about your best interest. He should have told her, no, stay home, But
yeah, I wouldn't go with Kevin when he did that stuff. I stayed home, and I was just like, be careful, whatever.
Mhm.
He's gotten robbed, he's gotten, all kind of stuff. And yeah, I wasn't putting myself in that situation at all. And I'll never be a middleman. And even whenever I did it, like, I got it from one person that I trusted. And after Kevin, like, I am so afraid to get in a relationship with another guy. And it's sad
Thank you,
because
Tom.
I compare I just feel like every guy's going to be like that. And it's not fair to me. And it's not fair to any other guy that I could possibly have a good relationship with, because I have that in the back of my mind, and it's really hard.
It is. How long ago was this for you?
The last time I was with him was the end of February of this year.
So that's new. Wow.
Very new. Yeah. That's why it's still so emotional for me.
That's really, really hard situation to get through and get over. Do you have a support system with you?
Nope.
No. Well, you've got one here. So, and when I say you're not alone, I mean that. I've been in that situation before, in domestic violence situations, and unfortunately grew up in a domestic violence home. And without getting into all that, I just want you to know, when I say that you're not alone, I understand how you're feeling. I truly do. I empathize with you. I've been there. And, I wish that I could say, oh, they're not all that way, or, you'll find the right one or whatever. I seem to keep dating the same one over and over. They just have a different car and wear different clothes. You know what I mean? So
that's what I'm afraid of. That's
and if you're not careful, you will get caught up in that rut, And so I had to step away from dating for a while and focus on myself. And I got a couple of really close girlfriends. And instead of, going to hunt for a man on our weekend out, we just started kind of hanging out and doing our own thing. And it was interesting how often we were approached. And we were like, no, we don't want to dance. We're here hanging out, just us girls, you know? And so, anyway,
I just moved here to Arizona, like just moved here. It's not just moved here like 9, 10 months, but I don't know anyone here. I won't go out and meet anyone because I don't trust anyone. It's hard to trust anyone, and I just feel like it's hard. And I just stay here in my house, and I go to the doctor, I go to the grocery store, and that's about the just I go to laundromat, and that's like the gist of my outings. And then I just stay here alone, lonely, depressed, and by myself. And Southern Girl is the only person that I really talk to
yeah.
in,
Um,
in real life.
it doesn't really feel safe going anywhere anymore, you know? I don't feel safe. My PTSD, I think, is just I don't know. To me, it's been the hardest for me to overcome. Just social anxiety. I send my husband to the grocery store. I don't go. It gets on my nerves, and people get in my way, or every time I want to look at a piece of meat, here comes the meat guy standing over me. Don't poke my meat, So it's like I just don't have the nerves for it anymore. I feel frazzled, and I don't know. So
Well, I understand your situation. I mean, I understand why you are that way and why you feel that way because of what you've been through. Um, I I think you're a very strong woman for being able to, have a channel and come up here and talk about that. And even if you can't leave your house, you're still up on a channel. You're a public figure when you're a creator or when you have a channel on YouTube, and that speaks
thank
volumes
you.
of, how strong of a woman you are for what you've been through. And I don't know. I don't know if I could ever go through, I don't know. Like, I don't have children. The closest thing I have to a child is Nevaeh. I had her ever since she was born. And I
Is
think
that
that's,
heaven backwards?
yes, it
Oh,
is.
I love that. I love that. That's so pretty.
Yeah. Her mom is not alive anymore.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
She shot herself. So, yeah. So it's a lot of stuff with her and everything. And it's just difficult, but I just sit here and I really try not to speak about my problems much because nobody can do nothing about it. And I mean, saying I'm sorry because you feel bad for me or whatever, I'll accept it. And, and it's sweet of everybody to say that, but I put myself in that situation. I can't expect people to feel sorry for me. I stayed in that situation, and it's just weird. But yeah, I definitely have a lot of issues, and I do go through a lot. And like I said, like so saw that, and she took me in like a little lost puppy. And when I'm depressed or when I'm crying, like I'll text her and I'll be like, this happened. Like when he cashed at me, she called me and we talked, and she made me laugh, and she got it off my mind.
That's
And
great.
I don't know if you're still in here or if you're getting ready for your live, because I know we're going live in 3 minutes,
Yeah,
but I
I
absolutely
think she's
adore
probably
her.
already left. Yeah. Do you want to go ahead and hop on over there?
Yeah, I think,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna go over
Okay.
there.
Yeah,
But
I want to support her as much as we can. I think she's trying to reach 1,000 subs, so she can have the community page. So, and I think she's going to talk about our strategy for Turtle Island tonight.
yeah, tonight, yeah, I don't know how that's gonna go, but I
They take it
don't
so
know.
seriously. It's cute. I love Dolly. I think he's great. I love his lightheartedness, and his creativity.
He's the first one that, well, I think Molly is the first one I found in this community, and then I found Dolly, and then that's how I found Ernie and BK and the rest of them. But yeah, I support, like, he's my number one creator now. Like,
Yeah, he's awesome. I love his music too. when he starts his show, he's got his good music and stuff. It gets you all pumped up, That's what I
Yeah.
miss about Ernie's when he had the Eye the Tiger song. I love that. That's my ringtone. It gets me going. I miss it.
Yeah, she just texted me and asked me if I was coming, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop
Okay.
down, and I will see all of you guys there.
Okay, see you soon.
Bye.
Thank you for coming up. Okay. Okay, bye. All right, we're going to head on over to Southern Girl and finish there. See you soon. Bye.
It didn't broadcast.